Crap. There we go. So I'm not showing as much of this. Good evening to anyone who is just now coming in. The first few minutes of this, I'm adjusting my mount because I'm trying to get the arm out of the way. Oh, hey, Will. You're the first one here, so you get the best seat in the house. So I'm going to wait for a few others before I reveal what's in the bag. I've already got my water heating up. Sorry about that. I had a brief interruption, but as I was saying, I've got two things to put in a pot, and I got water for my cold drink. I got my coffee maker set up. Oh, welcome, John. So what you're about to see is components from several different rations. This is my third one. I got a few more to do. And I got my coffee pot ready to heat up the water for my hot drink. And I apologize for that intermittent chirping. I have a hardwired smoke detector here in this room, but it is chirping for some reason. I'm not sure. It supposedly has a battery backup, but when I looked at it, I couldn't find a battery access. So I called the maintenance, and someone was supposed to come yesterday to check it out, but never showed. So I left another message, so who knows. So, well, while you wait for others to pop in, pop that like button. And get others to come in. So, well, I'm good. I was out taking a bit of a wander around town today, and enjoying the weather. No rain, although I did feel a few sprinkles as I got out of the bus to come home. That's okay. I'm waiting for some others to pop in before I pull stuff out of the bag. So, John, is this your first? I can't remember if I've seen you in my previous streams, or is this your first time here? Yeah, there you go. That's 2 likes, so that will definitely help my channel out. Yeah, see this white thing here. That's my mount, and I've had to twist it to try to get a good angle, but do I got it positioned? You know, it is what it is. Yes, Sammy, she's a few miles away from here, but thanks for dropping in. And I have other ration reviews. I've done mostly foreign rations, a few US ones, but I got into rations after winning one from another reviewer known as Sticky Fingaz 745. That's Fingaz. I was watching one of his reviews, and he had a giveaway, and I won it. So when I got that USMRE, I forget what it was. I'd have to go way back to my in my video library of all my ration reviews and find that one. But it was a USMRE, and then I got interested in foreign rations, so I started buying a few. And it was intermittent at first, but then I decided that I'm going to try to do at least one a month. You know, that's what my limited budget would allow, but I've been doing a few more. Yeah, I went to get some, Coca-Cola. Yeah, It might be easier if you can get it from a European seller. Are you in Australia? Is that where you're at? If you can get it, you will love it. I got both the milk chocolate flavor and the dark. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Foreign Emery has sold it. I don't know if they have any more on their site. MRANation.com might have it. So if you check those two sites, you also might find it on Amazon or eBay, but check foreignemery.com or MRANation.com to see if they have it on their site. But I think Art and Nina are still on vacation. I don't know if they're back from Thailand yet. So they have some videos on their YouTube from their to Thailand, and they posted a ration review that was actually recorded in April of an Italian 24-hour ration. So I'm going to wait for Will to come back. Will is just in time prepping. And I'm hoping for a few more others to pop in. So again, I apologize for that chirping. Oh, wow. Yeah, I have no idea about those. That's a little beyond my league, but there are dedicated knife channels on YouTube. If you search some of those out, they might give you some leads on where you can find those. You know, maybe there might even be channels from knife makers who might be able to give you an idea on where to get the pins and the right pins and all that. You know, that's totally out of my league. And yeah, I have a few, but I know nothing about assembly, disassembly, making, and all that. No, you don't have to get off your dupa to order on eBay. Well, welcome to the third visitor. So, this is going to be the third installment of my series of ration mashups. So I got Clara, welcome to my live show. Is this your first time? I don't remember seeing your name before. But I hope you enjoy this. I don't know if you've seen anything like this before. I don't know if other reviewers have done these, I call them mashups. Well, Old Smokey did a mashup, and I don't know if he got that idea from me to use that in his video title or stream title, but I thought it was pretty cool. I watched that one. That was Old Smokey. He's has some good stuff. Yeah, I have never owned a Bowie. I don't have any. Ball is the biggest fixed blade that I have, and that's pretty much my that's just my camp knife when I am able to go camping, which is very rare. I could not go this past weekend because I could not score a ride. I don't drive, but next month may be family camp, so I know I'll get a ride to that location. And then in October, there's supposed to be a YouTuber meetup that I have a better chance of scoring a ride to, so. Yep. Well, I have 2 other Ration Mashup live stream videos. So basically what I'm doing is I have components from several rations that I received this month. And I'm mixing them up to make totally different meals. So I just took all of the components and I just divided them up into these various bags just to keep each meal together. So that's basically what I got in here. I don't know if oh, welcome simply means outdoorsman. The wheel must have popped off. He must have got cut off because there's only 3 in here, so I don't know if he said he had to go, but maybe he'll be back. But anyway, so welcome to my Ration Mashup. Hey, I think I'll just go ahead getting started and he can catch up. So in this bag here, I have British, French, and American items. And some others I have South African components that were in some of my rations from Ration. So what I'm going to pull out first is, this will be, I apologize for the shakiness because I will smack my mount, so I apologize for that. This is a mince pie slice. This came from a British 24-hour operational ration pack, or ORP. I have try to get that close so you can see that. This dang thing will focus. It's a Galaxy S5, so it doesn't always want to focus when it's supposed to. This is garlic mashed potatoes from, this is an American ration component. And with that, oops, this is the vegetarian chickpea curry, which in the ORP would normally be paired with the rice, but I decided to pair it with the mashed potatoes. Plus, I like garlic. And I have British tea, so this is Thai food tea. I like this tea. I have one French item. This, oops, dang it. This is an energy drink. It's called mango tea, but it feels a bit compromised, so I'm not sure if I will be able to drink this one. If I cannot, if it's too messed up, I have a backup plan. Out of my other stash, I have an American orange beverage-based powder, so that's on standby. And then for the last item in here, I have, this is MRE Star branded corn nuts. And I've had these in another ration. These are not like the corn nuts that you buy in the store. It's totally different texture, totally different flavor, totally different color. So this is my dinner tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these 2 on the stove to heat up, and then I'm going to mix the drink and make the tea. There should be a sugar in here for the tea. Oh, yeah, there it is. There's the sugar packet. This is, again, from a British ORP beyond the beaten track, so a lot of British stuff, but this is what I want to go with, so I will be right back. So chat with each other, get to know each other, and I'll see you in a bit. I got those going, so I'm going to go ahead and check out this drink powder that feels clumped. So oh, dang it. This packet doesn't want to open, so I got to get the cheaters out. It's very clumped up. So that's what it looks like. So it's supposed to be a mango flavored tea, and I'm going to break this up first before I put the water in. By the way, this is the foreignamory.com spork. It is a tea colored. That's what it is. It's supposed to be a iced tea mix. This will probably take a little while to dissolve because it's so clumpy. I will let that sit back there. I'm gonna go ahead and open up the Taifu. I have my foreignamory.com mug. Oh wow! Speaking of foreign MRE, well look who it is. It's Art and or Nina, or both. That is what they just did. For those who are not familiar, it's called a super chat, and basically it's a donation to my channel. Oop, there we go. Put the Put the mug in the view there. I like sugar in my tea, so I put the sugar packet in. But it's a Thai fu tea, and so again, the super chat, that bumps their comment if they put a comment up towards the top, and it kind of stays there, and you see the color. So that is very much appreciated. So that these super chats, even if they're just a few at a time, will add up over time and help me make my channel better. So anyway, I am going to check to see if the water is done for my tea, and I'll be right back. Oh, creative redundancy. Well, welcome back, Will, and Prepford is in the house. Welcome to you both. I've just started just a few minutes ago. I got my main and side on the stove boiling up, so that'll be a few more minutes. I just mixed a Thai fu tea with 1 packet of sugar. Back here I have the French cold or iced mango tea. And if that does not taste right, if that's something I can't drink, the powder was quite clumpy, but I mixed it anyway, I have a backup cold drink. So I set the tea back there to steep, and in the meantime I will open up the rest of the goodies I have. This is called a mince pie slice. It's made by Bridgeford, and it was found in the British Operational Ration Pack. Nope, I'm gonna have to get the cheaters again. Sometimes these things don't open very well, so I have to cheat. Well, it is just as I thought it would be. The pie looks more like one of those turnovers or those Bridgeford shelf-stable sandwiches. And it looks like it could break, but it's supposed to be fruit inside. I looked at the ingredients earlier. I'm going to put that there. And then I'm going to open up the corn nuts. These are MRE Star branded. These were in one of the rations that I got from MRE Nation. Again, I apologize for the shaking. I keep banging my mount. There we go. Oops, one didn't go out. There we go, that's all of them. I'm just going to take this big bag that I had all of these in, and this will be my trash bag. It'll make for easy disposal. So again, this mince pie is my dessert. This is, I think I'm going to have to change my angle just a bit. There we go. I think that's a little better. Should be able to see the whole tray. But how I'm going to do this, when I pull the two pouches out of the pot, I'm going to put one down first. I'm going to check the chat. MD's Country Cooking. Welcome to my live show. I have my two hot dishes in the pot. It's garlic mashed potatoes from a U.S. ration and vegetarian chickpea curry from a British ration. As I said earlier, in case you missed it, the chickpea curry was paired with the rice originally in the British ration box. Well, if I could upload some of this. No, I did not get a new camera. I'm using my Galaxy S5. Wow, thank you for the super chat. That's very much appreciated. Nina, oh, are you gonna do that again? Is that a super chat war? Is that what you two are gonna do? I mean, you don't need to go broke doing that, although I do appreciate it. Yeah, Art and Nina, they are good people. If you don't know them, get to know them. They are awesome. But I'm going to go check on those. Actually, I'm going to give this another stir just to make sure that it fully reconstitutes. It's starting to dissolve a little bit more. It looks good. I did not see any mold in it. It was just the powder was a bit clumpy, almost like the Polish and Lithuanian fruit tea drinks, or what they call fruit teas. Again, that chirp is my living room smoke detector. It's hardwired. And I could not find a battery compartment to put a battery in it, or to see what kind I need to put in. And maintenance has been notified, they just haven't done anything about it. Yeah, so speaking of chat, go ahead and chat amongst yourselves. I'm going to go get my pouches and I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. This is the garlic mashed potatoes. And let's see, the tear notches are on the side. So you would open it like this, but I'm not going to do that. Sorry about that, I got cut off just as I was opening the mashed potatoes, but it says I cut the pouch off like this instead of using the tear notch, which is on the side, where you might do if you're going to eat it right out of the pack. Oh wow, foreignmre.com done it again. Nina's such an amateur, that's funny. No, you're both professionals, come on. These are quite loose. And the bag is quite hot. I don't want to get it all out. I think that's as good as that's going to get. So that is garlic mashed potatoes. You can almost can't see it for the color of my tray. And get the chickpea down. The chickpea curry has a tear notches where they're supposed to be. And that one was a fail. Yeah, here we go. Now curries are usually quite yellow. I'm going to pour some of it here, right at the top. Oops, I hit the potatoes, but that's okay. I'll get it off of there. So that lots of chickpeas there. Also known as garbanzo beans for those who are not familiar with these. So if I had the rice, I would have put the rice down first and then the chickpeas on top. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and give this a taste. Well, that's a good combination. I'm going to taste the potatoes by itself, because they're quite loose. I can taste some of the garlic. It's not, to me, it's not too strong. But then again, I like garlic, but it is there. I can definitely pick up the presence. I can pick up a little butter. Get some of the chickpeas by themselves. Oh, yeah, that would be true because of the nature of the food, but because I don't do this every day, you know, I'm not too concerned. The chickpeas are firm, they're not mushy, which is what you want in cooked chickpeas. I like the flavor. It's not too strong. But then again, I like curry. I love curry. And because I like garlic in my food, I think the combination of the mashed potatoes and the chickpeas will be a good mix. So yeah, I'm mixing them together. So I am having a vegetarian dinner tonight, in case you haven't noticed. This British ORP was a vegetarian, except for it had a packet of cheese spread, which is in one of my other bags. That will be opened up another day. Yep, that's right. Rations are meant for us for use in the field when you cannot have access to like a field kitchen. So soldiers on missions away from their base of operations would be issued these rations, and some would get their daily rations all at once, depending on what time of ration they're getting, or they would get one at a time. So I'm going to go ahead and get some of these corn nuts. Dang it, focus, you idiot. So that's what they look like. They're crunchy, and they just taste like toasted corn. Almost like you're eating popcorn that has not been popped. But they're not the same as the corn nuts that you'll get in a store. But, you know, I still like these. These are still pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and taste this mango tea. Oh, actually tastes pretty good. I think I'll go ahead and drink that. I don't think I need to go with this one. I'll save this for another day or another month, whatever. But that mango tea actually tastes pretty good. I don't taste anything off. The mango is not too strong. Now I'm going to I'm going to break this open because it's about to bust anyway. This is the mince pie. Call it a slice, but it's more like a mince pie sandwich. Get a good close-up of that. There you go. Now you're focused. It's got spices in it like allspice or clove. I think it's allspice and nutmeg. But there's just the dark fruits like raisins and yeah, this is actually not too bad. But this does not taste like a pie crust, though. It tastes like more like a bread than a pie. And for an Emery.com mug. Thai food tea with sugar. I'll go ahead and take the tea bag out. Chuck it in there. That is a nice cup of tea. I like that tea. Hey, Kayfabe is in the house. Thanks for dropping in. I have vegetarian chickpea curry over garlic mashed potatoes. This is my entree. I mixed them. The mashed potatoes came from an American ration, and the chickpea curry and the Thai food tea came from a British ration, as did the mince pie, but it was made in the U.S. by Bridgeford. And these corn nuts are MRE Star brand. They're not quite like the corn nuts that you can buy in a store, but they're still good. And the Thai food tea is British. And this is, so I have two teas actually. This is a mango iced tea from a French RCIR. So that is my one French component. So I am having a vegetarian dinner tonight, which is not bad, you know. I don't have to eat meat every day. I mean, I'd like to, but it's a chickpea curry, goes well with the garlic. I'll take a look at the chat. Oh, yes, you would. If you can get that, I got the box here. This is ORP, oop, dang it, I'm banging the mount again. ORP menu 1. It's from September of 2017. So if you can find that one, I'm not sure if it's still in the British RP lineup, but I'm sure you would still be able to get this. This was originally packed with rice, but I have the rice paired with something else. And I will bring those out another time. That's okay. Maybe you can get it another time. But if you can, this curry is really good. Out of the few British rations that I've had, this is up there with the halal chicken with dal. I've had that one as a H4. So that, I don't know if that one is still in the lineup, but that one is a really good one. Dal is made with lentils. And it's kind of like it's a little bit loose, like these mashed potatoes. But you can still have the texture. If it's made right, you still get the texture of the lentils. Yes, I ate a lot of dal at the mosque during Ramadan at our nightly iftar dinners after we break our fast for the day. So, and I ate a lot of chickpeas too. Some in this curry form. And I would put it on top of my rice. And the same with the dal. That's what I usually did. Oh yes, I fasted during Ramadan. That started like May 5th. No, May 6th and May 5th, and it went through June 3rd. And then June 4 was what we call our Eid al-Fitr, which is basically it's a holiday celebrating the end of Ramadan. So when I fast, I eat before first light, so I get up before the crows, so to speak. And I have my breakfast. Wandering Veteran, welcome to my live show. I have chickpea curry from a British Ration over garlic mashed potatoes from an American Ration, so I'm eating vegetarian tonight. But yeah, then I do not eat or drink anything or even take medicine until just after sunset. And because I don't take time-sensitive medicines, I can get away with that, so I can fast. So, and what I'm doing is Ration Mashup for those that have just joined in. I have taken components from different rations and mixed them up. It's the corn nuts from MRE store that I got in a ration from MRENation.com. Well, this one doesn't have the 24-hour ration bags that you get from MRENation.com. Do not have the website on them, but for instance, this one does. There is a URL and even a phone number. You can order custom rations, pre-packaged rations, individual ration components. And one of these days I will use my MRE Nation mug, which I recently got. Wow, I bet that was a good one. Yeah, it's fun to going from stream to stream if you can catch the right ones from channels that you like. But man, this chickpea curry over the mashed potatoes is really good. My tray will be a little bit yellower after this, but I don't care. I've had this thing for a long time. This is a Tupperware tray. It's one of their, they call it, I think, picnic trays or something like that. If you search on eBay, you can find the Tupperware trays. And they will look like this, different colors. So I've had this a long time. I've taken it to picnics where you had to bring your own tableware. And yeah, it didn't get a whole lot of use after that until I started doing ration reviews. And well, I got a tray. I don't need to buy one. I'll just use this. It doesn't have all the compartments like some of the other trays that others use, but oh yeah, I could bleach it, but wow, that's awesome that you were given that tray that you have. So it's pretty cool. It's really nice when you can get gifts from people you're not asking for it, or it's, just total surprise. Or do trades. Yeah, Jesse, welcome to my live show. If this is your first time here, this is a ration mashup. I take components from different rations and put them together to make completely different meals. This is a vegetarian chickpea curry from a British ration over garlic mashed potatoes from an American ration. And this is a good combination. I am enjoying this. I thought about throwing some of these corn nuts in there, but I think there's enough texture with the chickpeas because they are not too mushy. And I think the flavor would kind of make it seem weird, but these are MRE Star branded. As you can see, they do not look like the corn nuts that you can buy in the store. Well, I hope you can come back another time. Check out my other ration mashups. I have 2 more already. Yep, it does add to variety if you can do this. I think it'd be awesome if other reviewers did this. Old Smokey actually did one not too long ago. I think this past Saturday he did, or one of his previous streams, he did a mashup. And he actually called it a mashup. This is called a mince pie from a British ORP, but it was made in the USA by Bridgeford. Oh, another Canadian in the house. And CT is here. Thanks for coming in. This is actually not too bad, although I wish this would taste more like a pie crust instead of bread. It just tastes like bread. But it is still good. I will finish it off. This is French mango iced tea. The mango's not too strong. It doesn't overpower the tea flavor, but it is a sweet tea, so sometimes I like a sweet iced tea. Sometimes I just like it straight up, no sugar. Just depends on my mood, I guess. But the rice that was paired with the chickpea curry is in another bag, and that will be going with something else. So I don't know if I'll do that with my next one or if I will pull one of the others. I have 4 bags left to do because the rations that I got, I have 3 24-hour rations. One of them was a French RCIR that was rated by customs, and the chicken pate was taken out, those thieves. I would have enjoyed that chicken pate. And then I had a single meal ration and a 24-hour ration from MRE Nation. And then the mugs, I got 2 mugs actually because my 24-hour ration order was somehow lost in their system, but they found it and they filled it, and they sent me not only a refund, they sent me another mug with the goodies in it. So I have mixed some of those in with these meals that I put together, like South African biscuits. So I opened one of those packs in one of my first 2 ration mashups. And I have 2 more of those packs. And I have South African muesli, which I have something interesting planned for that. So I'll check the chat. Oh, Winnipeg? That's a few miles from here. Yes, they're a sweet. And I put apple jam on the biscuits that I opened up. And that was a really good pair. So that apple jam really tasted good with those biscuits. Yeah, I am down here in Iowa. Yeah, maybe that's why the apple jam tasted so good on those biscuits. I didn't get a hint of apple myself, but the sweetness of it, maybe that's where it came from, but I liked them. Nope, not using a tripod. I'm using my flexible mount because if I use a tripod, it would be too hard. I would have to have another device going to see the chat. So using this flexible mount, and that's what you're seeing here, I'm able to position my phone so I can see the chat. I'm using a Samsung Galaxy S5. I've had it since 2014. I don't have mobile service on it. I just use it for video, Wi-Fi, and taking pictures and stuff like that. I got another phone for making calls. And I recently upgraded that to an LG Phoenix 3. I have no idea about a Chromebook. I've never tried that. I think I've only tried streaming once with a tablet, and that got pretty cumbersome because of the size. And I really don't have a good mount for that. I've shot video with a tablet, which is a little bit easier, but streaming with a tablet, I'd have to find a whole different mount or just somehow jury rig one. Right now, I do not have internet service at home, so I am using a hotspot. So I may get occasionally disconnected or buffering. So I had that going on at the beginning. I got cut off a couple of times, but I came right back on. But if you have any buffering, I apologize. It's just my data stream is pretty slow. But I had some issues with the modems that I've had from the only two options for internet, home internet here. But I'm hoping that maybe when some other things get settled down, I'll just go with one of the two options. There's no other. I can't do satellite here because my apartment does not face south. And I don't think they would like me putting a dish on my deck anyway, even if it did face south. Well, you'll get there. Kayfabe, don't worry about it. Just keep doing what you do, and in time you'll get there. It took me a long time to get there, and that was before I even got into doing rations and prepping and things like that. I was mostly doing local, covering activist stuff. If you look at my video library, the different playlists, I haven't covered a lot of those lately because they've been at places I can't get to, or I had prior commitments that I had to do first. Well, I do have a new Vivitar camera, but because I do not have home internet, I cannot upload directly from that to my computer to YouTube. But when I get the home internet, I will be able to do that. But I need to get some higher capacity memory cards for it. Sorry. Sorry about that. I apologize for that. I was actually hoping to go camping this past weekend, but because I did not get a ride, I I could not go to test out some. Sorry, I could not go to test out some gear that I wanted to try for the first time. I have a tent that I would like to test out. I have a hammock and bug net that I would like to test out. I would like to test out my two sleeping pads, my Climate, which is a factory refurb that I got for less than normal price because it was a refurb. I got it for like $60 instead of the $80 to $100 they usually charge for a brand new one. And I found a $3 3/4 length Thermarest original in a thrift store. $3 for a Thermarest, and it works. You know, it holds air, so I'm happy about that. Oops, sorry about that. Well, that's okay. Take your time. You don't have to try to binge watch every single one of my videos because I have a crap ton of them. I have a few of my cat. I should put some more videos of my cat on there. But I do have some deck visitor videos that you can check out, where I put some sunflower kernels and other nuts and water out for whatever critters may come. And I had a squirrel and a cardinal. Well, I'm glad you checked out my channel. So it's good to go around the community and see who else is there. And I thank you for stopping in. Nope, neither do I. I do not stay in one niche either. I have, like I said, I have videos of, though some might disagree with the content of some of my videos because they are of protests, or I've gone to the state capitol for legislative meetings and I've recorded those. And I have one that I did on the down low, meaning they told me I could not record, but I had my tablet with me anyway. So what I did was I went up into what's called the gallery, which is the highest seating that the public can go into when observing activity in the main chambers of the House of Representatives or the Senate. And so what I did was I turned all the noises off on my tablet and I set it up for recording, and I just leaned it against my belly so that the screen would not be visible. And I did not get good images, because of what I was doing, but I got the audio because I was right next to a speaker. So that's how I recorded that one on the down low when they told me I couldn't do it. And nobody was the wiser. Tracy Phillips, welcome to my live show. Thanks for dropping in. I about finished my chickpea curry over garlic mashed potatoes instead of putting it on rice. The chickpea curry came from a British ration. The garlic mashed potatoes from a U.S. ration that I got from mrenation.com. That the chirping is my living room smoke detector. It's hardwired, but it's chirping as if it's indicating low battery, so I don't know what's up with that. Maintenance has been notified, but no one has come in to do anything about it, so I don't know if it needs a battery or if there's something else going on with it. Someone was supposed to come in yesterday, but no show. I stayed home all day. I only went out to do laundry and get my mail. And so that's why that chirping, so I apologize for that. Yes, it is, and that's why I wanted to pair it with the chickpea curry, because I think the garlic would go well with the curry, because I like garlic and I like curry. And these are the MRE Star branded corn nuts that came from one of the rations I got from MRA Nation. They are not the same as the corn nuts that you buy in the store, but as long as they're fresh, they're still good. This is iced tea, the mango flavor from the French RCIR that got raided by customs and the chicken pate was taken out. And it's actually really good. Easy Money, welcome to my live show. I am doing a ration mashup. And this is called a mince pie slice, but it's not a slice. It's like one of those shelf-stable sandwiches that Bridgeford makes. It's American made by Bridgeford, but it came from a British ration. So the crust tastes like bread because it is bread, and I wish it would have tasted more like a pie crust. That's my beef with this, but this is still good. I can taste the fruit and the spice. But yeah, I will finish this off. In my foreignemery.com mug is Thai food tea from a British RP. And I used one of the sugars from that. And so, yeah, this is my dinner. I pretty much destroyed this this mash of curry and potatoes. This is a foreignemery.com spork. Let me get the, oops, sorry, I bumped the dang mount again. It's their logo on it. It's a titanium spork. Very, very lightweight. This would be a good camping utensil. If you have a bug out bag or get home bag and you need a utensil that can do both as a fork and a spoon, this will fit. It's not too long, although it wouldn't work with the Mountain House or Backpacker's Pantry freeze-dried food bags, unless you ripped off more of the bag than and just the top above the zipper. It's a great item. So, like I said, it's very lightweight. It's lighter than, I have the two of the Light My Fire plastic sporks that I found in a thrift store. I think I either paid 10 cents or 25 cents each for those. But this is lighter than those. So that's how light this thing is. So it's right now it's the only titanium item that I have. The rest of my camp cookware is either steel or aluminum. Yep, Yep, I do. I don't want to stick to just one thing because I think that would get boring. I even have a few DIY videos on. I made some fire starters on video. I made a windscreen on video that I can put around my pocket rocket knockoff gas stove. I have a video on my first attempt at a Faraday cage build. And I have a video on how I made an alcohol stove out of a nut can and a soup can. I haven't started on the big one yet. I still need to clean out the can. But, and I still need to do my bucket Berkey build. But I wanted to wait until I got the correct size drill bit because I did not have that. And then, of course, I had to buy a drill to replace the one that was stolen years ago. And I bought a bastard file for cleaning out the holes after I drill them, because the other files that I have are flat and big. And this one is as thin as a pencil. So that will be a lot better. Well, that's great, Wandering Veteran. I have some gear testing that I would like to do, but because I do not drive, I cannot get out to the woods by myself, and I gotta find where in the city I can go to, either, as the British and Scots call it, wild camp or stealth camp. I would love to find places where I could get away with that. But there are some items that I can go ahead and do reviews. I just during Ramadan, I was spending so much time at the mosque that I got off maybe a couple of mail calls, and that was pretty much it. And I watched videos and I would drop a comment now and then, but I didn't spend a whole lot of time on YouTube. I was either spending a lot of time praying at the mosque and doing the nightly dinners that we served. And yes, during Ramadan, we put on a feed. And here we, in addition to our usual between 150 and 200. We fed an additional 300 people. So we fed about 500 people in one night. And it was crazy, but we did it. We pulled it off. So that's what kept me busy. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, connect with each other. You know, there are some of us who have Facebook. I have Twitter, but I haven't done much on Twitter or Instagram. I haven't posted much on Instagram, but yeah, connect with each other. Check out each other's channels. There are some that I would like to check out, but I would have to do that when I'm not streaming because it would just be too cumbersome to try to do that on another device. But yeah, I will check out some of. I'm already subscribed to some of you here, but I just haven't hit on some videos, which I should do. Yeah, some post their address. I have, but but then there's also email. Yep, that's true. Even if you don't post your address or other contact info, some people will find a way, but there are way more good people than nutheads. It's just the nutheads that come out once in a while that can ruin your fun, but you can't let that get to your head. Oh yeah. Yeah, neighbors can can be good or they can be bad also. I have an issue with something that happened in my building that I've only made known to some locals, privately, but I haven't gone totally public with it yet, but I probably should, because some people who probably should know actually made this one thing happen last year. But yeah, I will get to that. No one is safe. That's why we have to be prepared. That's why we have to be vigilant. I got to do more of that myself. There are some things that I would like to do that I can't because I live in a small apartment. And I don't drive, so that limits some other things. But I want to hook up with different drivers, who could take me places where I could, learn skills, practice, test stuff, Yep, that's right, CR. That is right. And I've said in some of my videos when I do some of my prepping related videos that Just because I live on disability, because I have some physical issues, doesn't mean that I can't prep. I have taken advantage of certain resources. I have been given gifts from people who don't even know that I prep. That, the items go into my store or my stash. I don't have a dedicated place where I can store my supplies. I just scatter them about my apartment, stuff them in the closet. That's right. Yep. That's right. He's another example of someone who has some health issues, but he still preps. And last night he had a live show about food storage, but it was not just talking about food, but talking about conditions of storage, methods of storage, as well as what items to store. And he got ideas that he never thought about, on what to add to his stock. We all give each other ideas. Yep, that's right. Vary your supply. And if it's stuff that you like or similar to stuff that you like, add it. That's what I've done. I found halal canned meats at a store that is owned by some of my friends from the mosque. And I have those in my supply. I have different kinds of rice. I have pastas. I have spices. I have a dehydrator, so I have dehydrated some fruit and vegetables. I've only dehydrated fresh apples and strawberries and grapes, so I made my own raisins. Well, thanks for coming in, CR. Catch you on the flip side. And I've dehydrated onions. I've dehydrated bell peppers. I had a couple of cans of mushroom paste. I thought it was whole, like just loose mushrooms in some kind of water or liquid, but it was just a paste. So I actually tried dehydrating that, and then I mixed that with some different beans and other seasonings to make dehydrated bean soup. I dehydrated canned beans. I rinsed them off and I dehydrated those canned beans and then put those together, so I made like a vegetarian bean soup. The canned bacon is something that I will not get because I do not eat pork. But I have the halal versions of Spam that were made with chicken, turkey, and beef. And I have a halal corned beef. So again, that's varying what I store. And of course, I have in my bug out food supply, I have those tuna packs. I have one of those chicken creations, like the tuna creations. I have one that's chicken. And of course, I have honey. I got honey powder. I got I got 3 different kinds of sugar. That's right, Tracy. If you're hungry and there's not much food around, whatever is edible, you go for it to stay alive. So if a piece of ham was the only thing that I could find to eat and I was desperate, I would eat it so I can stay alive to either go where I need to go or get done when I need to get done so that I could possibly find other food at another time. Oh yes, lentils. I have lentils. I mixed lentils in with some other beans to make another bean soup. And that bag of lentils had split peas and I think pearl barley in it. So I threw some spices in there. And those are sealed up in Mylar bags. What I want to experiment with is taking some of my canned fruits. I have canned mangoes. I have a fruit cocktail, and then I have other single fruits like canned pears, canned pineapple, canned peaches, apricots, and I even have canned plums. I want to experiment with dehydrating those. Of course, I would drain off all the syrup and probably rinse it off. That's a bummer, kayfabe. I guess you'll have to find an alternative, like mung beans. I got a hold of some mung beans a few years ago, and when I was at the mosque helping with one of the nightly iftar dinners, I took those mung beans along with some other ingredients and made a vegetarian soup that we served. I think it's just spelled M-U-N-G. I think that's oh, I never thought about doing it that way. That would be that would be an interesting thing to do. But yeah, you can I should try to find some more of those and then add them to my supply, because I thought those are pretty good. That I made that soup that night because we had quite a few vegetarians coming in to eat. Yeah, we have several in our Muslim community here who do not eat meat at all. They do it for like health reasons, or they just, they just don't want to eat meat, and so they're vegetarian. Although one will eat fish. This. So I don't know why you would call someone like that a vegetarian, but he eats fish. But wow. Did you get the the military MREs? Like case A, there's case A and case B. So I think case A is 1 through 12 and case B is 13 to 24. Oh yeah, that's the word. Yeah, that fell out of this old Polish brain. But yeah, case A and case B would be the military ones, and then there's also the halal MRE case. Oh, okay, cool. That should be interesting to see what you get in those. You can build a case on MRE Nation. You can pick from their menus and put together a custom case. That's a little out of my price range at this time, but I would like to get a full case of the halal MREs, and I'd like to get a case of the XMRE brand halal MREs. They also do a kosher case that I'd like to get. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, I haven't tried that one. I tried the lamb one. I tried the, let's see, there are, I think, 3 different halal entrees I've tried. One was in a custom emery that I got from what used to be called just customemery.com before that site got turned over into MRE Nation. It's the same guy who ran that other site, Bob, Black Dog Bob, he's known by. But yeah, if you see Bob, I can't remember his last name. If you see him pop up, he's the one who runs MRE Nation. That is so cool. Yeah. See, Bob is good like that. And sometimes he has sent rations at no charge to some people. And because my 24-hour custom ration order got messed up, he would do you right. If something happens that's not right or goes off like my order, he not only refunded my money, but he sent me an extra mug, so I have 2 of those mugs. In fact, I'll go get it and show it to you. This is the MRE Nation mug. It's a metal mug. In fact, it is steel. This magnet, so it's a steel mug. As you can see, it's bigger than the foreign MRE mug. So this holds a bit more, but I will use this in one of my upcoming ration mashups. So that'll be something different, but my foreign MRE mug. let's see, look at the, yeah, if you go to the Ration site, when you order the mug, it is filled with like accessory pack components or things like the South African ration biscuits. It'll have coffee. It might have tea. Might have sugar. Like one of those 20-gram Russian sugar packs that could last you. You could do probably get, depending on how much sugar you like in your coffee or tea. You could probably get 3 uses out of that sugar packet because there's so much in it. Yeah, he'd sent a free mug. I had ordered one when I ordered my contest ration. Ration had this called a golden ration contest, and it sent you a random single meal ration in an unmarked mailer, and you didn't know which one it was, and also some of them were labeled with either a gold colored sticker label or silver colored or bronze colored. And if you got one of those, that means you got a gift certificate or gift code for the site for a certain amount of money. And I did not get one of those winning rations, but I got a winner ration because it was a good one. It was a barbecue chicken with beans. So, in fact, I got 2 of those entrees. I have the second one to do, but yeah, you'll see that second. That entree was in my custom 24-hour ration, but in the single meal contest ration that I bought, that entree was in there, so I got 2 of those. Now that's okay, CT. Thanks for dropping in, and I hope you have a good travels, and I hope you have no issues getting to where you're going when you got to make your runs. So yeah, thanks for dropping in, and hope you come back. And oh yes, I'm over 1,000. Not 10,000. I'm not over 10,000 subscribers. I'm way away from that. Yeah, catch you on the flip side, CT. Yeah, hidden numismatist. Yeah, I am not 10,000. I'm nowhere near that. I have to really blow up before I get there, but I don't want to blow up too fast. You know, I don't want to have people just grab it onto my channel and then just jack up numbers. No, I'm not about that. I keep bumping this mouse, so I do apologize for the shakiness. But because I'm doing this on my phone and I don't have home internet, I'm using my hotspot. This is what I gotta do. Otherwise, I'd have to set up another device and keep looking away from that to see the chat. And the screens are small, so that's already hard enough. As you can see, my tray is empty. All I have left are my teas. Yeah, so this was my dinner. Yep, that's right. And that's the way it should be. I go to, there are some channels that I haven't watched in a long time. You know, it's hard to get at everyone when you subscribe to so many. And some channels, if you haven't hit on them for a while, you may get unsubscribed. But I recently got unsubscribed from a couple of channels that I'm active on. So YouTube has been messing with people's subscriptions. And of course, they're still having to fix notifications. Because even if you bang that bell to get notifications of when someone pops up a video, you may not get notified. You may not know it until you see it sometime later in your suggestions feed. And that dang chirp, I wish maintenance would come in and deal with that smoke detector, because it freaks my cat. She just stays in the bedroom all day because she can't stand that noise. Oh, yeah, I don't know why they're doing it. It must be some system burp somewhere why there would be unsubscribing someone who is active on a channel. Like, for instance, I was unsubscribed from Survival Lily 3 different times. And I'm active on her channel. You know, I watch her stuff. I may not always comment, but I'm watching. And I comment probably at least 70% of the time that I'm watching her videos. But yeah, I was unsubscribed from her 3 different times. And yeah, that's annoying. But there was a big purge where supposedly dead channels or channels that have been taken down, but the accounts are still active, still existing in their system. So, or channels that had no content, you know, or whatever. People just create an account but don't put up videos at all. You know, they were supposedly all purged, but then they're kicking people off who are active. You know, people were unsubscribed from my channel and had to resubscribe. Or sometimes the notifications bell gets turned off and then you have to unsubscribe, then resubscribe that channel so you can turn the notification bell back on. You know, I made videos on that when that was going on. So people may still have to be doing that. I haven't had to do that recently, but yeah, I have had to do that quite a few times on a lot of channels that I wasn't getting notifications on because that dang bell was turned off. But yeah, it's just some weirdness that YouTube is going through. Yeah, that sucks when that happens, but yeah, I know that. But this smoke detector is hardwired, but when I tried to look at it, I could not find a battery access to see what kind of battery it would take. So I called maintenance, and the person said that, yeah, I'll come up in the afternoon. Never showed up. And so I left another message. No return call. They don't like to return phone calls around here. We had a management change, so oops, sorry. My mount is getting a little tipsy. I don't know if it's drunk or what. But yeah, I was getting a little tipsy. Yeah, I have a... Yeah, G Schultz. Yeah, G Schultz. Yeah, he's... yeah, that's... again, you know, if you're active on a channel and you still get unsubscribed, that's definitely a YouTube system burp. Yeah, I put a 9-volt battery in my bedroom smoke detector a few days ago because it was chirping. And that one was only held up by one screw, so I had to put another screw in the ceiling so that it wouldn't start spinning around. But yeah, I did that myself. I'm not waiting for maintenance to deal with that, since I could do it myself. But this smoke detector, I could not find a battery access to see whether it take 9 volt. At one time, in the last place I lived, I bought a CO detector, carbon monoxide, that took 3 AAAs. But see, when I left that place, I left it there because when I came here, I saw that there were smoke detectors, but one of them had to be replaced because it was not working. And now it's the hardwired one, and now it's acting up. So, when you live in an apartment, you're going to have maintenance issues. It is what it is, but, I hope they deal with it soon because I am tired of that chirping, and so is my cat. She will not come in here unless she needs to eat or drink, or she smells something that she wants, that she thinks I'm going to give her, but I'm not. Like, she would come in, I would eat hummus, and she'd come in and sound like she's begging for it. But when she gets tired of me not giving her anything, she won't go for her food, so I know she's not hungry. I don't know. I did not give her any of my hummus. It was a plain hummus, but I did not give her any because, for one thing, I don't know if it would be good, and maybe she was just begging for attention. I think that's what she was wanting, but with this dang chirping going on, she'd rather just sleep on my bed. Well, that finishes those off. Yeah, I decided not to give her that. Now, when I open my tuna entrees that I have from my French RCIR, she will probably be all over it. Yeah, I tried to pull that smoke detector down, but because it's hardwired, the wires that are connecting it to the power cable that's up in the ceiling, it really doesn't allow me to get a good look at it. And because I'm short, my two-step stool doesn't really get me high enough. It's hardwired, so I really don't want to pull the wires out because I don't want to screw it up and possibly have them ding me for it. Which I'm surprised they haven't dinged me for some of the repairs that have had to be done in the past due to the abuse that the previous tenant gave this apartment. Yeah, that's why I don't want to do that. That's why I don't want to disconnect the wires. But I want to have it working, but when my exhaust, my stove exhaust, the vent hood above my stove was not working right, then I could boil water and set that smoke detector off. And so I finally got that thing fixed. So now when I cook, I don't set the smoke detector off. Yeah, that's sometimes doing that may not cover your dupa, because and I was asked about in one place I lived there was previous damage, and that I pointed out, and I was still accused of causing it before I even set foot on the property for the first time. So, yeah, I was dinged for that one, even though I proved to them that I was not the one who dropped lit cigarettes on the floor, making black marks. But I was still dinged for it. But that place was poorly run anyway, so I got out of there and went elsewhere. But sometimes if that's what you gotta do. Hey, Danny Schwab, long time no see. You're just, I've already eaten my food, so all I can do is tell you about it if you're interested in what I have for dinner. Or you just have to go back and watch this from the beginning after I close this out. But I'll tell you what I have for dinner for ration components. I had British chickpea curry over American garlic mashed potatoes. The British ration. I had a British tea. I had a French iced tea from a French ration. That was the only French component I had tonight. I had American corn nuts snack from an American ration. I had a mince pie that was made by an American company, but it came out of a British ration box. And then what I'm doing is I'm mixing up ration components. I have South African components, and I got 4 more bags that I put together because I had 3 24-hour rations, 1 single meal ration, and then some extras that I got in these MRE Nation mugs. When you order one of these off of MRENation.com, you get goodies inside of it. It's like a brew kit in a mug, plus some other goodies like South African ration biscuits, which were kind of sweet. Yeah, I have 2 other ration mashup videos. And after this one gets processed, I will add it to my ration review playlist. So that's where all my food reviews go. And maybe if I am able to do more gear reviews, I might do a gear review playlist. But I haven't done too many gear reviews because I don't get to test out a whole lot of things. That black backpack that I had, I supposedly got that for free, but I had to pay shipping. But then they wanted me to pay full price. But because it had defects, they sent me another one. It had even more defects. So I had to badger them to refund my money and stop billing me for the full price of the thing. So they finally did. But I kept the 2 patches. Yeah, there are two flag patches attached to those backpacks, so I kept them. But I liked them, but they were small, but they had defects. And I sent them links to the video showing the defects. So hopefully the next time the company that makes these backpacks for them will fix them and so improve them. Yeah, that's true, but I've had some really good stuff that I got that was inexpensive, but I have items that I am waiting to test out, but because I don't drive, I can't get out of the city by myself because I need a driver to get me out of the city so I can go out in the woods, hang my hammock that I've never fully stretched out before. I got a small tent that I would like to test out, but because I couldn't go camping this past weekend because I couldn't get a ride, I didn't get a chance to test either of those out. And because it rained, I would have been able to do a good rain test on both the tarp that I have to put over my hammock or my tent if I would have taken that. But next month may be family camp, so if I get to do that, then we will be staying in a cabin instead of a tent, so I can't rough it. I can't sink some stakes into the ground, but I can still light a fire. But then in October, there's supposed to be another YouTuber meetup, and because more will be able to go because it's actually closer to here instead of on the other side of the state. Then, sorry about that, I just got disconnected, but I was about to say, once we get that all firmed up, then there may be some videos that some of us will be posting about that. Well, it is called Lake Miami, and apparently is not all that far from the suburb of West Des Moines. But AOK Foraging and Adventures is organizing this one. So Tack and Brenda, who are the two women from that channel, they are hosting. And so people who are no in Iowa, but it's open to anyone who can get there. But if you contact TAC from AOK Foraging and Adventures, then if you're interested in joining in, then maybe then once we get all the details firmed up, like which sites we have, whether they would allow hammocks, or if we just hang anyway. But there are some cabins there, I do know that, and then there are tent sites near the cabins, so I may take both my tent and my hammock in case someone who does not have any kind of shelter can at least have something to sleep in case it rains. Oh, that was so killer to go to that Ration meetup. But unfortunately, I would not be able to do that because, again, unless I can get some way to get there, either someone who can come here and pick me up from Des Moines, or if I have to bite the bullet, yeah, I'm cutting out. I have connection issues here, so I'll probably have to just shut this thing down. I had this frequent disconnection at the beginning, But yeah, if it were possible for me to get down to where the Ration meetup is, I would love to go. Oh yes, yeah. Where we go for family camp with my relatives, the place that we went last year has cabins, and so we got two cabins next to each other. But if we can do it this time, there are some new cabins that can sleep 12. So if we are able to get one of those, then we can all fit into one cabin. And yeah, that would be cool if we did that. But yeah, we go fishing. Yes. Yeah, that would be cool. If someone could swing on here and pick me up, or maybe I don't have the right to kind of ID that would allow me to fly. I have a non-driver ID, but it's not one of those so-called real IDs. I don't have one of those, so I guess I can't fly if I can't get one of those. I cut out again. Sorry about that, but I don't know if I could take a bus down there. That would be another option, but again, I probably just won't be able to do it. I might have other stuff to do. Who knows? But anyway, I keep cutting out, so I think what I'm going to have to do is just cut this short. Let YouTube process it. So yeah, I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank. That will definitely help out. Yeah, I got cut off again, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this short, let YouTube process it, and for those that came in very late or that missed it, they can watch it from the beginning and see what I had for dinner. And so I want to thank you all for watching. Yes. Sorry about that. I don't know if you're going soon. Thanks for watching, and catch you on the flip side.